Hello, everybody. How is your Gdex so far? Awesome. Rotate this and hopefully not. That wasn't too bad. So before we get started with the awards, I want to express my thanks to everyone who participated, all of you sitting here in the chairs, everyone that helped volunteer and help get the show going. Obviously, it's been a challenging couple of years in many, many ways. And getting this particular show together, which is year 9 for Gdex, which kind of blows my mind, just came with a lot of different difficulties to figure out. But we had an awesome partnership with Origins, which allowed us to try some new things. We also had a... Are you videoing or photoing? We also tried some new things with the tournament area and the free play area. And so I really appreciate, first of all, you all being here. So I'm going to do the cheesy, let's give a round of applause for you all. And again, our volunteers have been amazing. Just raise hands real fast. Who's been a volunteer this year that's in this room right now? Awesome. Thank you very much. And then I would like to thank our staff, the Gdex staff, if you wouldn't mind standing, everyone that's part of Multivarious and Gdex. So on Thursday, Cody and I were running around like crazy people, trying to get everybody in, trying to figure out the new systems and processes, which I assure you will be much more smooth next year. But on Friday, when I finally got a chance to stop and walk around and look at things, I really just got happy and excited that we were able to all kind of be together in person again, trying to be as safe as we can with the pandemic. And I'm consistently amazed by both just the quality of the games you all bring every year. They just get better and better. But just the community in general, you all are awesome. I appreciate you to no end. And I'm extremely grateful that I have been able to be part of a community that is so supportive, so creative, so talented. So thank you all again. If you want to give yourselves another round, go for it. So with all of that being said, we are going to start the 9th annual, but not really because we didn't start 9 years ago, but Gdex Awards. These awards are just something, again, everything at Gdex we just sort of our ass in a lot of ways. But the awards were just something where we just kept seeing the quality of the games coming just get better and better and better. And one of the things I love about Gdex, I've probably said this story a bazillion times. I may have even said it at each award ceremony, so I'm going to say it again. But one of the things I love about Gdex is seeing everybody come for the first time. They're setting up their booth, rough around the edges maybe. You've never exhibited at a show like this before. And then you learn from all the other booths around you, and you work with all the other members of the community, and you come back the next year, and your booth and game looks better. And then you come back the next year, and your booth and game looks better. And then every so often, we see some of you at PAX. I know we've got the Wraith Games folks. We've seen at PAX before. And it's really awesome to have sort of the Gdex family represent at some of these larger shows. I think, was it PAX 2019? There was 15 exhibitors that were part of the Gdex family exhibiting at PAX. It's amazing. And I don't see that kind of representation from other cities, states, communities coming together in a show like that. And we share contacts, we share networks, we share drinks, and it's pretty amazing. So the Gdex 2021 in-person awards, we are going to start with, where are we going to start with? Our game jam. So I know I wrote these not in the order on here, so we're gonna work through it together. So the game jam is something we started 2 years ago because we couldn't do Gdex, right? And we were even talking about if we were going to do Gdex at all, just because we were pretty much going to have to start from scratch. And I think we weren't sure what COVID was going to do or look like. So it was like every month we're like, well, maybe it'll go away and we can have an in-person Gdex. So like March, we're like, all right, maybe we can do this. And then April, we're like, all right, it's going to go away in a couple months. And then we're in May, and then we're in June, and we're like, I don't think this thing's going away. So it wasn't really until like July that we sat down as a group and we were like, should we do Gdex 2020? And a lot of us were burnt out and we're like, we can just maybe skip the year. I was not necessarily fully on that line, but I was definitely on the fence, and our team was like, no, let's do something. In particular, Cody kind of lit a fire under me, and I am incredibly glad we did Gdex 2020 virtually with Gdex TV. One, I thought it was awesome, and two, we started the Game Jam. So this is the second year that we've done the Game Jam. We had 68 participants and I think 14 teams that had some really, really cool stuff. So you can go on thegdex.com and check out the games through our itch profile. So if you have not done that, I would suggest doing that. But our winners for the Gdex 2021 Game Jam, our honorable mention was Inner Peace, which is a really cool experience. Again, download it, check it out. But our winner was Deep Breath. I don't know if they're here with us. Didn't think they would be, but let's clap for them. So one of the cool things too is we did a quick partnership with IGDA for the Gdex Game Jam this year. So I'm grateful to them, and I think we're gonna do it next year. So it's probably, for many of you in the room, the thought of doing a game jam 2 weeks before Gdex is probably not on your minds, but at least spread the word when we start doing the announcements for that, because I'm really excited to see the kind of quality, and we're getting international entries in that as well, so that's pretty sweet. So next up, we're gonna do the Gdex Best in Show for the most innovative game. This one took us forever to figure out because there were so many interesting ideas and concepts and technologies that we really, really had to sort of do what I call the gun to the head decision, where you just got to make a decision. So Andy Somerville did the drum experience. I don't know if you're here. Nice. So you were an honorable mention for that because that was just such a cool idea. We also thought that Toaster Defense and Stray Light were honorable mentions this year because of the... I saw... if a clap starts, I gotta stop, right? Had some really, really awesome ideas. But this one, I will admit, I was the one that swayed this one into the winning position because I just thought it was awesome. So Tiny Circuits is this year's winner. Do we have them with us? All right. Well, we'll drop the award off to their booth tomorrow. So if you have not done that, I would suggest swinging by and just checking them out. They've got the little. So next up, we're going to do Best in Show for Art and Visual Design. I want to do a quick special shout out to ISO Tower for their UI work. And also, Todd, I want you to know that you had a huge advocate in Tom this year vouching for you and the updates that have happened. And ISO Tower, I don't know how many years you've been at Gdex, but it's a long time, and it's getting better and better all the time. Our honorable mentions include Afroduck, and Team Nemo. But there can be only one. So the winner for this year's Art and Visual Design is Bellum of Mutants and Men. We're not doing handshakes, but we're doing like socially distanced. All right, next up, we are doing Best in Show for music and sound design. This is also always an interesting one because it's not only about the music composition and the sound, it's about how it's implemented into the experience. And sound, I don't know if any musicians in here that always feel that music and sound just never get the props they deserve. So we want to make sure we are always being mindful of the thought and hard work that goes into it. So our two honorable mentions are Callisto and Afro Duck again. But we got to go down to Blooper Get Home by Fletcher Studios. There's no rush. We got nowhere to be. Say something if you want. You don't have to, but
This is my first award ever, so I just want to thank everybody. This is, wow.
All right, next up is our Best in Show Ice. Ice is an idea that I came up with many years ago. I think it was year 3, 2, whatever. I can't remember stuff anymore. But the whole point of Gdex is to be a platform to help people be successful, to connect with each other, share what you're working on, learn more about the industry. And one of the things that we noticed, our team, as we went to a lot of conventions like PAX and stuff, is the cost to go to those shows is just really prohibitive. The booths are expensive. I mean, we go to PAX East in Boston, is not cheap. And we wanted to have an opportunity for hobbyist students, and that's ICE, independent student experimental, for people to get into the show and be able to showcase what they're working on. And then hopefully, maybe transition into a larger booth and again, start learning from those around them. So it really started as a way for just, hobbyists and students to kind of present something. But it's getting to this weird place because a lot of our ICE games are like really, really good. Like they're just really solid experiences. And this year, if we had known what we know now about how the setup and the world was going to be, we would have put them right on the show floor because I think that's where they deserve to be. We have 3 really awesome games on here. Honorable mention for River Runs Dry. And I'm going to try really hard to pronounce this correctly. Is it Yerbil? Is he not here? Close enough. Gerbil. But the winner this year for the Best in Show Ice is 3x60 Sherry Larimer. Burning through these. All right, so the 6th and second to last one is a partnership we've had for many, many years now. And it was born out of the desire to let the attendees, the guests, choose their awards. So for those of you who don't know, for all of these awards except for the crowd favorite, we have a team. The team's different every year. Goes through, plays all the games, and then we talk and advocate and sometimes yell at each other about what the winner is going to be. But this one we have no part in. This is all people who have come to the show or put in their votes for the various experiences. The crowd favorite is presented by Playview. We are super appreciative of their partnership and doing this every year, and they are the ones that have ordered and purchased and designed all of these trophies tonight. So Keith, the fearless leader of Playview, had a little baby a couple weeks ago, like 7 days ago, 9 days ago. So is not here with us, but I'm going to give the mic over to Kent, who's going to represent on behalf of Playview.
All right. So as he said, Keith is changing diapers, so I'm his living embodiment today. And I know Chris already kind of touched on it, but it's awesome that everybody's here. Thanks everybody for coming out despite a literal global pandemic, and thank you everybody for participating in the voting, because without everybody participating, this doesn't really exist. So we had a runner-up, and this was actually separated by just a singular vote. So everybody's vote really mattered this time around. The runner-up was Tetrad Realms by Dynamic Dane Studios. And the winner this year is Squishy Sports by Made by Titans. Unfortunately, they are not here because they live across the pond in the UK. But that is the winner this year, Squishy Sports.
Thank you again to Playview and Keith and Kent. Thank you very much. Time has come for the best in show. I think I've said this every year, and every year it's true, but this one was, again, extremely difficult. We went back and forth. There was a few that our team just really advocated for, and we had a lot of trouble separating out between the top three here, but definitely in particular the top two. So the number 3, honorable mention is, again, Blooper Get Home. And we also had a special shout out to our friends over at Wraith. Again, you always make it very challenging to figure these things out. Number 2, though, is Bellum. And much like the crowd favorite being separated by one vote, like this was a shade. This was a really, really hard shade. We were almost to the point where I was just gonna be like, do we need to flip a coin here? Because it was really challenging. But the winner for this year's Gdex 2021 Best in Show is Stray Light by Dr. Glass.
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for coming out and doing such a great job, making games and, collaborating with one another, sharing stories. I mean, that's what this is all about, is just, the experience. And that's why we all make games, is to, just share something with one another. So thank you for sharing this award with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, friends, that is the end of our Gdex 2021 awards. I want to thank all of the winners again. Let's give them a round of applause. I also want to thank everybody else that is here, that has exhibited and given their best to showcase this. I talked to many of you who said you put in countless sleepless nights over the past weeks or months to get ready for the show. So again, thank you all. And in closing, I'm going to say thank you to everyone that's been a part of the show. Again, I can't say it enough, so I'm going to keep saying it. I'm really excited about the things we did this year. Again, the partnership with Origins, they've been amazing. And we as a team are going to go back. It's weird because we normally do our award ceremony on the last night, but we still got a whole nother day of this. But we're going to go back this week and chat and see how we can make Gdex 2022 even better. And we will announce to you all the dates and everything as soon as we know them, because we want to give as much time for you all to be prepared. And I'm hoping, I said this every time, but I'm hoping that next year we can be in a safer, more comfortable way, and that we can bring the full Gdex community together, and that we can be safe and comfortable and being around and supporting each other. So keep an eye out for Gdex 2022. Until then, have a great show. I really appreciate everything. Thank you so much.